It's always a good day in the studio when Kickstarter arrives. Hi, this is John with All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at Ogre's Miniature Set 1 from Steve Jackson Games. This has over 40 plastic miniatures. I received this in the mail today and really excited to crack it open and look at it. So this was a Kickstarter. Steve Jackson Games has had several successful Kickstarters, a few of them with the Ogre license. What is Ogre, you ask? It is a game of futuristic tank warfare. It's asymmetric warfare, so there is the Ogre, which is a giant cybernetic tank, versus a ton of little guys, little tanks. Just a little background on the game itself. The game was came out in the early 80s, maybe even late 70s, as a micro game. It cost like $3 at the time. Had a legal sheet of paper for the mat, and there we go. Zoom out a little bit. Cardboard counters that you had to cut out with a pair of scissors, and a really short rule book. Awesome game, and over the last 30 years they have continually published it in one form or another. At one time they had really cool miniature rules with a lot of metal miniatures. I've got a ton of those. But they kickstarted a plastic set. So here's the first box. The back tells us a little bit about what we're getting here. Set 1 has a couple of ogres and some tanks. 8 heavy tanks, 6 missile tanks, 8 GEVs, which are hovercraft, 4 howitzers, 42 infantry, and 2 erasable ogre record sheets, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's open it up and see what we got. Now I just went kind of minimal on this Kickstarter. I just got the box set. I didn't get any extras or anything like that. I figured 40 miniatures would be a great way to start. Alright, so there you go. You got 2 bags with blue for this faction is called Pan-European faction. And then you've got red for the ogres. These are Combine ogres, which is North American Combine. Okay, we unbagged the models. We can see this is an Ogre Mark III, Ogre Mark V, a sprue of heavy tanks, a sprue of 1 or 2 heavy tanks. That gives you your 8 total. 8 GEVs, 4 howitzers, allowing you to play the infamous 4 howitzer defense. Ogre players will know what I'm talking about there. A command post. This is what the ogre attempts to crush in the mission. 6 missile tanks. And then your cannon fodder. Powered infantry. Very cool. Like the modular stand, so in theory you can pop these in and out. I don't know how that plastic is going to hold up against repeated use, but we'll find out. Then we have the Ogre Miniatures Lite rules, and I believe this is something you can actually download from their website. And I think this is a glow-in-the-dark die. Let's see. Oh, I rolled a 1. You get a couple of data cards. The little vehicles there's no record keeping to them. They just are either disabled or destroyed, but an ogre can take a ton of damage and keep on going. You can shoot off the guns, the tracks, the missiles, all of those things are targets you can shoot on the ogre, which is really cool. It's a cool mechanic. So as the ogre is kind of trundling towards the command post trying to crush it, all these little tanks are desperately trying to stop the ogre, and the ogre is slowly getting crippled and losing its weapons, and then ultimately it either gets there and crushes it or it doesn't. But so almost always a close game. Assembly is, instructions look great. There's not much to them. Like, I think we could have figured that one out on our own, but hey, instructions are better than no instructions. And then the quick start rules. So, there you go. Now, if you're interested in a set like this, you could check out Steve Jackson Games. Also, your local game store might be carrying them or be able to carry them. I know as of this filming, the Wave 2 miniatures, Miniature Set 2, is live on Kickstarter with the rest of the Pan-European small units and a couple of other ogres, the Mark IV and the Pan-European Fencer Ogre. So you have those available now, and if you're watching this later, you'll probably be able to pick that up in the store as well. But Ogre is a cool game. I do plan on featuring a game or two of this on the channel at some point, and we'll probably do a what's on the table as we paint some of these so you can check out what they look like painted. But there you go, guys. That is the Ogre Miniature Set 1 Kickstarter. Once again, thanks for watching the channel as always. Please leave a comment down below if you have anything to say about Ogre, the miniatures, any questions. We're more than happy to answer them. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep on wargaming.